Yes. Good morning, everybody. Dave Mead, Fall River Media News. Yesterday we talked about a lot of stuff, uh, and the most important issue was about the audit, the forensic audit, and uh, and we see a lot of uh, frustration going on. Okay, and with this forensic audit, and people are not taking. People are upset. You know what I'm saying, in the city of Fall River, where that when there's money spent, we don't know where it's going. You know, say for instance, Governor Moore Healy spends $3,700 a day or a week on the illegal aliens, just to put them up in hotels. Mayor Mayor um, Mayor Woe's involved with this, um, and I believe there is a lot of the state representatives and are involved with this too from the state house, but they just don't want to admit it that they're involved. You know, when you when you see anger see frustrations coming out of people, that means the people that they're telling you that they're fed up with this nonsense. They're fed up with all the fighting. They're fed up with all the argument, between politicians, and politicians not telling us where the money is. So the other day, I saw that frustration coming out of Spindle City Straight Talk. Okay, out of CJ, I seen that. And that's not good. You know what I'm saying? When people expressing themselves like that, and the politicians are not listening to the constituents, that is pretty bad. It is. Okay, I seen that yesterday. Some people are upset. It's the frustration that when the politicians are not listening to the people. Okay, for real. Okay, and then that's bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes the government forgets. Okay, sometimes the government forgets who they work for. You know what I'm saying? And again, history repeats itself all the time, and we know that. Okay, so and history's going to keep repeating itself. You know what I'm saying? Until the end. You know, but we get these politicians like Carol Fiola. Okay, Representative Carol Fiola was in there for so long. Okay, what does she get done? Where does she get done so far? Okay, not really much of anything. Okay, does she know about the audit? Of course. Okay, you think she's going to say anything about the audit? Not. Does Alan Sylvia know about the audit? Is he working on the audit to find out where all this money's going? Of course not. You know what I'm saying? Is Senator Roderick's on this with this audit with the audit? Of course he is. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Of course he knows about it, but you think he's going to say something? You think Cal Fiola is going to say anything? Oh, like Cal Fiola told Boomer, oh well, we can meet up. Well, I don't think we met. I don't think we met. No, why? You know what? We can talk about this. No, we want the audit. We want the forensic audit in there, and we want it now. Well, you people can just, you know, get out of office and then don't run anymore. Just get out of office. Resign because You know, the people of Fall River, we are already fed up with the nonsense because we all know that audit passed at 72%. We're not naive, okay? And we're not blind, okay? You guys just don't want to see it for what it is because you guys just, the state representatives and the senates and even the state house, okay, your people want to do what you want, okay, with the taxpayers' money, and you guys are pretty upset because we're not letting you do what you want, okay, with the money, and that's pretty sad. And you know, and for what I saw, you know what I'm saying, frustration, anger, you know what I'm saying, those sort of things, you know what I'm saying, and then what else is it going to lead up to next? You know what I'm saying? Um, Now we talked about. Well, I just hope not that we don't have riots in Fall River, in Massachusetts. I hope not, because you know when stuff like that leads up, what is next? You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't know. Okay, and that's pretty sad. Look what happened the last time. Okay, okay. Look what happened the last time. People got upset, anger, standing out in front of the state house and everything, standing out in Washington and everything else and stuff. Okay, look what happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't want that stuff to happen again. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're trying to express ourselves. We're trying to let the politicians know that we need that forensic audit. That is the most important part of this election is that forensic audit. We need it. Okay. You know, and needing that forensic audit is to show where all that money's going. Governor Moore Healey's not budging about it. She cares less about it. Okay. Because you know why? Because if that forensic audit shows that she's spending money recklessly, she will not get elected again. She will not get elected again. You know, and that's pretty bad when you got that stuff going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, spending 3,780 a week like that on the illegal aliens like that. Come on. And now there's supposed to be a meeting with the board. I think on Tuesday or Thursday. I'm not sure. Down at the city hall. Instead of renting out those buildings for business, they want to make apartments out of them. Why? Why is people making? Why would you want to make apartments out of storefronts when you can put businesses in there? Okay, people will rent them, and you know, rent them, and but I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is like really nonsense already. Okay, same thing with the courts. They're proposing more raises to the court-appointed attorneys. They didn't come to a conclusion with that yet. I mean, these people. I mean, what is wrong with you people, man? Okay, you know, you people are money hungry. You guys are gasping for money because you spend a lot of money. You spend billions of dollars, and you don't care about the people. You don't care about the taxpayers. Okay, this is what it all boils down to. Why ain't anybody saying anything? Why ain't anybody? No, the forensic audit. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, we're gonna renew the charter. Okay, and we're gonna put the forensic. We're gonna renew the charter. We're gonna put new language. Okay, and we're going to, put the forensic audit in there. So every year or every 2 years, whatever the case may be, okay, you're going to renew that whole thing because it's going to be in the charter. Now you guys are going to listen to us, okay? You guys are going to either you guys listen to us or you can get it, or you can resign from office because we're not putting up with this anymore. Okay, this is like really nonsense. The people of Fall River, looking. It seems always frustrated because this always comes up, especially the taxpayers, especially the business owners, especially the people that own property and stuff. This is frustration. Okay, all right. You guys need to get up on your game and start doing what you're doing. Okay, I'm calling on all candidates that are running for mayor, okay, city council, and everything else. You guys need to get up on your game and start working on that audit. I talked to Chris Peckham. He's working on it. I talked to Boomer. He's working on it. I talked to who else? And Carlos Caesar. They're working on it. Matter of fact, Ricky Tiff just messaged me yesterday. He says he's on it. Okay, people are on people are on it. You know what I'm saying? Some people are on it, some politicians are on it, and some politicians are not on it. So we need everybody on board with this, okay? Because people they're expressing their frustrations, okay? Frustrations, okay? And people have the right to express their frustrations because we are taxpayers, okay? All right. And look at, you know, now they plus that 1.2 billion, okay, only that 1.2 billion was for um just for overtime for the firefighters. Okay, they didn't hire new bodies to put on those trucks. They didn't hire new bodies to put on trucks. We've been watching. So they're gonna use the same bodies, the same people that were in that Gabriel fire, right? And to wear these guys down, right? Instead of putting fresh new people on the trucks. But you know why we ain't got no money? Because Governor Moore Healy, she's over there spending 3,780 a week on the illegal aliens to house them. That's why we ain't got no money over here. You know, you need to get you need to have the money over here because if you don't, I mean, people are just frustrating about all this. Guys got to get on board, because we need to update our fire. We need to update the fire station. Okay, upgrade that. We need more people. We need more police officers on the in the police department. Okay, all that money should be coming over here. Okay, not to the illegals. They should be all coming over here to the people that live here in the United States. Okay, we got homeless going on out here, homelessness. We got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, if you can't do the job, resign and get the hell out. Okay, if you can't do the job. Okay, because it's ridiculous. It's nonsense. Fighting, arguing over things. Okay, you guys, don't know what you're doing. You get you get 3 city councilors that would agree, but you don't get the other 3 that won't agree. Okay, if you can't do the job, just get the hell out. Plain English, get out. What do you're only there for the paycheck. You're not there to help the people, the city of the city of Massachusetts. Get out if you can't do the shit. Okay, plain English. Okay, all you're doing is supporting the undocumented, and I don't care. I don't care. Get out. Leave. Resign if you can't do the job. Okay. you know, I've heard from candidates, okay, that are running for mayor. I've heard from Carlos Caesar. I've heard from Boomer, okay, all right, about all this stuff, okay. Let me tell you something. It looks good for them, okay, because you know what? Know why? Because these are the candidates, okay, that are paying attention to the taxpayers, that cares about the taxpayers, and you people got to understand this, okay. That forensic audit is a big part of this election, and it needs to get done. And we already talked about, me and Boom already talked about doing the charter. Okay. You know, the charter, we have to change the language and we have to include the forensic audit in it. The mayor doesn't have anything to say about it. City councilors, they have something to say about it a little bit, but because they're the ones that handle the finance. But see, the biggest problem when Coogan asks, "Oh, I need money." Yes, Mr. Coogan. Of course, I'll give you money. I'll give you $3 billion. Instead of saying no to the guy, they say yes to him. You got to learn how to say no. I'm not giving you no more money because I don't know where this money's going. Let me tell you something. If I was a city councilor and the mayor come down, send a letter down, oh, I need $5 billion. You need $5 billion, you're not getting it because until we know where the other money went, until we investigate where the other money went. No, this is nonsense. Okay, this is nonsense. City councilors, let me tell you, Brad Kilby is a Coogan hack. Okay, Sean Condeem is also a Coogan hack. Okay, Joe Camara, he's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst president. He's the worst. He's the worst city council president that I ever saw over there. I mean, I watch all this stuff online. I watch how he acts towards the councilors. Okay, sometimes he bullies the councilors. He don't deserve to be a president of that city council. He don't. I saw Linda Pereira one time over there. You know what I'm saying? She's voted on money so many times. On she's voted so many times. Yeah, let's give $3 billion. Let's give $6 billion. Oh, you're gonna give money? I'll tell you, and we don't know where it's going because you people don't want to bother with the audit. Oh, awesome. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? This is a big topic and we're gonna continue this topic on Wednesday at 6:30 because you know something. This people are experiencing frustration. Okay, on what's going on. So I mean, it's probably gonna get worse. It's probably gonna get worse because the state election is going to be coming up too next year in 2026. So you guys, if you guys looking for change, man, get out there and vote these people out and make change. Because I notice when I'm out here, okay, I notice that a lot of people out here sometimes, oh, they complain about this, they complain about that, but they vote the same people back in office. If you're going to complain and vote the same people back in office, then you're part of the problem. Don't vote these people back in. If you do, it's gonna be the same cycle all the time. All the time, it's gonna be the same thing. Because I'm going to tell you, it's like I said, CJ Ferry. I saw him yesterday, and he was very upset. And a lot of other people, and you know what that boils down to? That boils down to anger, and I don't know what I mean. What goes on from there? So I mean, that is, it's people experiencing frustration, and we don't, and basically, and we don't need that stuff around here. Okay, then it all leads down. It all leads down to anger and frustration. You know what I'm saying? Then son, and I'll tell you one thing. I do not want to see riots here. I don't. Okay, you know. So that's why I am calling on all these officials, even candidates that are running for mayor and city council. You guys are all. I mean, the people, state representatives. You guys are gonna get on this on top of this audit, okay? Because this forensic audit, because people are just fed up with fed up with all of this, okay? Fed up with all of this. I mean, and I don't blame the taxpayers because you don't listen to us, you don't care about us, okay? You care about a paycheck, you care about a photo op. That's all you care about, and that's pretty much I have what I have to say today. So, but I'm going to be talking about this stuff on Wednesday, and and I'm going to say the same thing. Care about a paycheck? You don't care about us, okay? You don't care about what we have to say. We're trying to say we need the forensic audit, okay? Once the forensic audit comes in, then we can find out, investigate, and see where all that money went. You guys don't want that. You guys don't want that because if we had it, guess what's going to happen? You guys may not get elected anymore. That's why. You guys want to stay in power, like Alan Sylvia, like State Representative Cal Fiola, State Senator Michael Rodrigues. You guys want to stay in power to collect a check, do whatever you want, and the hell with us, and not think about the audit. So if you guys think that, something, then you guys, like you guys can resign. Okay, you guys can resign because the fighting and argument needs to stop. So it does because it's ridiculous. I hear it every single day on the street from the people how they're, with their frustrations. And something, if I had time, believe me, I would put these. I would ask them if they want to come on my show and express their frustrations, stuff, right? So, but anyways, my bus is coming, and I have to go to work. And I'm just letting you guys know, man. Just keep fighting for what you believe in. Keep fighting for the values that you deserve, and keep fighting for that forensic audit. And all the candidates that are running for mayor and city council, keep fighting because that is what we do. Take care, everybody. Have a great one. This is Dave Mead, Father Media.